Today's news is Asian xenophobia in the 21st century. Xenophobia is the phobia or reaction of the foreigner or immigrant whose manifestation may go from simple reaction, going through different types of aggression, and in some cases leading to murder. Xenophobia towards ASEAN increments markedly in the world after the coronavirus. How did the coronavirus originate? Originated on December 31, 2019, the World Health Organization reserved reports of the presence of pneumonia of unknown origin in Wuhan City, China. Asia, it is the largest and most populated continent on Earth, with close to 45 million square kilometers in supposed 8.74% of the total land superficie and 29.45% of emergent land with around 2,099 million habitants, 69% of world's population. Asia, it is the largest and most populated continent on Earth, with close to 45 million square kilometers in supposed 8.74% of the total land superficie and 29.45% of emergent land with around 2,099 million habitants, 69% of world's population. Several parties and political groups in countries such as the United States, the United Kingdom, Italy, Spain, Greece, French, and Germany have also taken advantage of the COVID-19 crisis to promote theories on conspiracy against it in the supreme immigrants in favor of the ultimate immigrants and anti-Semitism and xenophobes who demonize refugees, foreigners, Australian people, and political leaders. Racism and physical attack against people on Asian and Asian descent have expressed with the COVID-19 pandemic. And government leaders should act with decisions to address the threat, said John Siphon, in the ASEAN Director for Human Rights Reach. Continue with you, Aura.
Since the beginning of the pandemic, people in Asia have been the target of despicable language in the media and statement by police as well as on social media platforms where COVID-19 related hate speech also appear to have speak with it, the use of the term Chinese virus by former US President Donald Trump and the use of the Wuhan virus by Secretary of State Mike Pompeo might have encouraged the use of hate speech in the United States, although Trump stopped using the term in late March and posted a tweet expressing his support for our Asian American community. He has taken no action to project ASEAN. The governor of the Italian region of Veneto expressed hatred toward the Asian community confirming that he was very hated the situation of the pandemic since they had a very habit of hygiene, clear expressing that the Chinese are dirty and eat during things, but his later appointed Brazil Education Minister ridiculed the Chinese in a tweet that suggested the pandemic was part of the Chinese government plan for world domination. Stationary predict an increment in racist attacks. Since February, people in Asia have been the victim of attack and burning, violent harassment, threats, racist insult, and discrimination that appeared to be linked to the pandemic. In the UK, ASEAN, ASEAN hate being hit in the face and doubted and a cause of spreading the coronavirus to women attract Chinese students in Australia. They beat and Hitchcock on of they and southern go back to China and then immigration. In Africa, incident of discrimination and attack against Asian a cause of being coronavirus carried as well and forget in general have been reported in Kenya, Enya, South Africa, in Brazil, the media have report on case of harassment and reject of people Asian origin. Let's go with you, Melissa.
The South Korean band BTS was made reflection on the hatred that is generated towards ASEAN. This was demonstrated in the Grammys of this year 2021 when the American reviews Tops took out some illustration cards of the artists who were presented or the graphical represent they were comical, but when the Asia public and fans saw BTS, there were options and they created an illustration in which seven Asian children had hit with the Grammys Tropical in game on track among all seven children are bruised and cut as they start on Tropic in Horror. The illustration is tilted bopping K-pop. Netizens gathered on Twitter to send their message using the hashtag #RacistNotComedy. Angry BTS fans also joined in requiring that the product be required. So the Tops company answered they claimed in the left message explaining that the product will not be made and that it has been removed from this website. However, this was not anger to allow the anger of the Asian community, nor from the K-pop fans community as the company has formally apologized for its action. What is happening at this time, Aleja?
Okay, Mary, the hashtag of Stop ASEAN Hate has taken a lot of the force. At the moment when the South Korea band BTS heard about the company for hatred towards ASEAN, the joy by sharing the experiments and they support the cause. Since this band is well known of the love and respect towards sometimes or someone. In the entertainment industry, we have been several situations of xenophobia. For example, in In stories, German radio host Matthew Mustache launching the wrong and racist jokers about the BTS boy band as Matusha compared this group to the coronavirus and said they need to the eradicate a vaccine. He added that BTS deserves to take a vacation in North Korea for the next 20 years because of his courage and the right to the pre-imperial project itself again accusing of xenophobia by arranging that is right of Korea card, which many is his fan and now army related again the announcing of following the hashtag to go viral. The the other example is the academic Grammy. In this point, no a person is involved, but a musical academic we all know is as the Grammys. Although this is no conclusion before, but there are many articles and documents from workers of this academy where the argues that the Grammys uses the band to relate the audience many comments to you that so that this academy so that they note called the size of xenophobia they nominate the boy band but they did not plan to give them the words. They only used it to call their fans. It did not go against the academics, but reality many armies of use a discriminate again for is this actor. One on the artist we will write involuntarily in this opening before this academic is the rapper Eminem. Okay, and then we will see the following Biden.
What's the difference? You know, and that Grammys pretty much suck the blood of artists and nominate them, have them come to the shows, and then
Which they do. They do it every fucking year, yeah. And I'm just tired of seeing it. And for whatever reason, it's like they're always pitching this hint that you might win album of the year, which used to be a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal now. Mm-hmm. You know, sat at home this year for the Grammys and watched Jay and Kendrick not get it. And I felt like one of them should have got it. I felt like Joyner Lucas should have won a Grammy for I'm Not Racist.
Yeah.
Absolutely should have won a fucking Grammy. Every year we went, it was, I would be up for album of the year, and then the winner is Norah Jones. Who? And I'm not even trying to say anything bad about her music. I just, at that point, I had never heard of her.
Yeah.
And none of my friends did either. You know what I'm saying? So we were like, okay, whatever. And then Steely Dan. Okay, I know who Steely Dan is. I know Steely Dan back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But more than the Marshall Mathers LP impact, like, okay, fine. I watched 50, same shit. 50 did not win Best New Artist at the Grammys.
There was nothing bigger than 50.
Nothing bigger, and nobody since maybe like Snoop came out the gate like that. My first album didn't do it. I never saw someone's first album and the wave happen like he had. And then he doesn't get it. And then I get up there another year, and what was it, the Eminem show? And it was like, whatever, I'm fine if I lose to fucking Kanye or someone that I'm like, okay, I respect that. I know who that is, and Kanye has a huge following and he's made a massive impact on music. Fine, I'm good with that. But don't fucking get us all here to use your selling point for your fucking show and stiff everybody every single fucking time. And I said, after that point in time, I was like, don't ever ask me to fucking come here again. Please do not ask me. My answer is no for 100 million years. Never again will I fucking go to the Grammys.
Well, now, you know, I know the Jimmy Jam and some of the members of the board there are reaching out, Just Blaze and different folks are now trying to make it better. Would you ever consider, joining the board and maybe you have a vote in it?
First of all, that vote is fake as fuck. That's not a real vote. That's not a real vote. They give it to who they want to give it to. They give it to their darlings, the fucking, oh, this got critical acclaim, but it sold 2 records. Like, it ain't about always what you sell. I get that. Vanilla Ice, I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there comes a point where when an overwhelming something comes along that has this wave and impact on music, and you give it to fucking Lada fucking Dottie. Who? Lada Dottie. It's only Lottie Dottie. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, man, I don't know who won over Kendrick and Jay. Bruno Mars is fucking incredible.
Bruno Mars is great. But I remember Beyonce didn't win for the album Lemonade. Yeah. And I was like, what the hell?
The other artist who support the company is the hashtag is the Miss Filipina. As the time that the person take the typical costume, she was in the her dress. She wrote to stop the hate of Asians. The Chinese candidate Xia Jinping was a victim of the xenophobia during the racing. Has her dress the Photoshop adding images of the coronavirus, which unleashes wide of the hateful comments.
Formation is power.
With power in your hands.
You decide what to do with it.